channel, and today we're going to be making some taquitos. This is my first time making some taquitos. Yeah, and the whole reason why I made this was because my brother and his fiance, when I actually filmed the actual cooking part, went to Chicago, and my family in Chicago gave us some corn tortillas. So I was like, you know what, I'm tired of tacos. As much as this is good, I'm tired of tacos. So taquito came to mind. Yeah, anyway, that is it for the intro, and let's get into the cooking part, and you guys will see me towards the end again. Okay, so I already mentioned I wanted to make some taquitos. The first thing that I'm going to do is, I have these leftover taco meat. Actually, this is like half taco meat, half just ground chicken. Based on like the quick research that I've done, that do this with cheese, is you just kind of add cheese to this. I want it to be extra cheesy, so I have about a cup and a half of marbled cheddar. I'm gonna add it slowly just in case, like, you know, like whatever, something might happen. So I want it to be extra cheesy. I'm probably gonna use all of that, but I want to what's this called? Mix it. Make sure you have an even mix, and this little container of thing is not working out so well. I have this like bigger mixing bowl. I'm just gonna mix this all in here because I was a bit of a dummy and have that, and it does look like it needs more cheese because I want it to be extra cheesy. So as I already mentioned in the beginning of this video, I'm going to bake this just because I don't really want to deal with like oil and frying this off, so I have that. That's pretty much done. I think I'm just gonna add a little bit more pepper to it because I want more pepper. The taco meat's already very flavorful in itself, but like I want to add more. So I have this. I don't know exactly what this is, but it kind of has that kind of like Tex-Mex smell to it. It's definitely garlic. I'm just gonna add a little bit more to this just to have a little bit more flavor. You don't have to if you don't. Well, obviously, if you don't have this, you can't put it in. But I'm just gonna add a little bit more to that just because, you know, more flavor, more better, right? More better, more flavor, whatever. That is pretty much that deal. So now to build this, so I do have the pan that I'm going to be using is this like small pan because I will be using, I don't know if you guys can see it, but we do have a small toaster oven. I'm just going to do it in the toaster oven. Hopefully it works out. I'm going to line it all up here, but first off, I gotta put some cooking spray into this. Whew. I will like spray it more later, but that is later and not right now. Alright, so I have warmed this up. These taco shells. I think I'm gonna need more shells for sure, but I'm gonna start with 5 just in case. I also have these refried beans. I'm not gonna show you guys on camera. Maybe you guys can see it off onto the side, but I'm not gonna show it on camera just because it looks kind of disgusting, to be honest. So I have these. So what I'm going to do is and I'm putting refried beans just because I have it. If I don't use it now, I'm probably never going to use it. So, and it's just going to go to the trash. So I might as well just put, I'm going to spread this on like that, just like that. And this would also like help a little bit with, the stickiness. So, like sticking onto itself. So I have that. It's just a thin layer of refried beans. And if I run out of refried beans, that's okay. I'm just gonna not use any refried beans. So I'll put, that's probably too much, but I'm gonna do that like that. That looks pretty yummy. Okay. We'll do this. I'm trying to think, like, do I want it? I'm going to do it like this. Can you see that? So you can see it. Okay, that's some fat taquito. I'm going to put it on my tray with the cut side, well, the seam side down. Because if you're wondering, just to be safe. And I will leave a little bit of space in between them, just because I want it to crisp up all the way around, right? Okay, I'm gonna finish that off, and I'll probably have to heat up more taco shells, but that's okay, because that's easy. Okay, so you guys just saw me cut some tomatoes, some onions, and, well, I didn't really cut this, it's just cilantro that I washed. This is going to be for my salad. I do have some lettuce that I have already cut that's off to the side, but now I just kind of want to show you guys what dressing I want to use for this. So, like, I was trying to debate on what I wanted to do, because I want to eat sour cream and, like, some salsa with my taquitos, but I kind of don't want it to be a little bit too much. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait for the salsa verde. I'm going to eat that later. Okay, just trying to think if I want sour cream in this dressing or not, but I do have a lime that if I didn't mention, I just have a little rasp, or microplane, or whatever you want to call it, and I just did that. I just, what's it called? Zested the lime. I do also want the juice of one lime. That, what I'm going to add now, so what I'm going to add now is I'm going to add some pepper. And similar to what I did with the the filling, I have some of that garlic seasoning. You can just use like taco seasoning or any kind of like Tex-Mex seasoning you have. But I'm just going to put that. I think that's going to work out fairly well. And the only other thing I want to add is some olive oil. I do need a fork or spoon. Doesn't really matter. So I have a little fork. You don't necessarily need a fork. With this kind of dressing, you don't really need to, it's not really going to emulsify no matter what, because I don't have anything that's emulsifier. I don't have anything that's going to emulsify this, so doing it, like pouring the oil slowly is not that big of a deal in this. It needs some salt. And the olive oil is a little bit strong. Okay, let's add a little bit more salt. So that is pretty much my dressing. That's pretty much it. I'm just gonna wait for my taquitos to finish up. Okay, so the first round of taquitos has come out. This is what they look like. They didn't turn out as well as I wanted it to. But it's my first round, so it's kind of like my first time making taquitos by itself. So it's a learning process. That's just like the thing about cooking. And I'm sure this still tastes very good because, hello, I made it. Okay, so before I go on this, like putting it on the plate, I am just going to assemble my salad. That is pretty much for that. I have some extras. I'll eat it. I have more lettuce as well, so I'll just eat it later. So the other two things that I want to put on here is the sour cream as well as the salsa verde that I have. Right, you can see that. And then when I'm ready to eat, I'm just going to mix this bad boy up and I'm going to eat it with that. But before I do anything else, let's put the taquitos down. Okay, put that like right there. Ooh, that looks so nice. Okay, and then this is gonna be my lunch. Okay, so you guys saw me cooking, obviously, and unfortunately I don't have the food anymore because I filmed this a couple weeks ago. I'm refilming all the talking parts just because, I don't know, I had weird lighting in there and I didn't realize until I was editing, and it bothered me so much that I had to refilm it. But basically, I was really happy with how it turned out, the taquitos. The only thing I would change was how I actually made the roll itself, because I feel like it got too cold, so everything was kind of breaking, and I think I did mention that in the video. But overall, I was really happy with it. It turned out, it was crispy, it was delicious. Obviously it was delicious because I knew all the ingredients in there was good, like it tasted good, so that wasn't the issue. Would I make this again? I definitely would make these again because they were so delicious. And my favorite one was actually the one with the beans in it, just because it gave the taquitos a little bit of a different texture to it other than just, you know, like meat and cheese. Well, the meat and cheese were good. The actual like bean kind of pulled it in together a little bit more, in my opinion. So yeah, that's it. Okay, bye guys. Oh, if you liked, definitely subscribe and hit that bell notification button. And that's it. Give it a thumbs up too. Okay, bye.